Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the With the English podcast, talking all things in basketball, but mostly NBA. As you know, I'm your regular host, Kof. Today we've got my man Amps.
Big up, come on.
My man Conspiracy.
Yeah, man, we're there, man. We're here.
Yeah, good week all. Good week all.
Yeah, can't complain, the usual grind.
Yeah.
Just shooting threes, you know what I mean?
Shooting freeze. What, in Jamaica? Nah. Yeah, it's been a good week. Well, it's been an interesting week in the NBA. You know, the season hasn't really started yet, but as always, there's some news. I think we've got to start with the news that Joel Embiid had decided to represent Team USA. Instead of, he could have represented like 3 countries, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
so. Yeah.
Cameroon and France as well.
Yeah.
But he decided for Team USA. I think a lot of talk was around the fact that he's looking at it like, I got to win something. You know, I got to have some sort of trophy to take at the end of my career. Me personally, I think it kind of sets, basketball in other countries back a bit.
Does it set them back or does it not amplify them forward? Because there's a difference. Because it means they stay where they are.
Well, no, because
but it doesn't.
They were like basketball in other countries outside of the US.
Yeah,
it was growing, especially in like you've got, I forgot what the league is called in Africa, but you had players that, well, not players, but J. Cole went down there and played for a bit.
Yeah. He balled out as well.
He did. He actually did. But it's like it was going further. But if you got your big stars, like someone like Joel Embiid, admittedly they haven't. Cameroon, for example, haven't qualified for the Olympics yet. Mm-hmm. They haven't qualified yet. So I just want to point that out, that when he made the decision, they hadn't actually qualified. But they haven't qualified because he's not playing for them. If Joel Embiid is playing for Cameroon, they're qualified. But I think it set them back a little bit. It's just, I feel it's kind of sad. I feel like he should have at least played for Cameroon. I think if he plays for them, they qualify, gets experience of the Olympics. Okay, they're not going to win it. Let's be real here. If he plays, they're not going to win it. But I still think he should go. But what do you guys think?
But can we begrudge him then? So if, as you've just stated, right? So okay, let me cut back. I don't agree with the premise that it sets them back.
That's fine.
I believe because that means they maintain exactly where they are if he's not playing for them already. What it doesn't do, it doesn't help the economy and push basketball and be a good representation of a Cameroonian in the NBA, and you can inspire kids and all those other things. So he's not helping pushing it forward based on that premise of being there. It doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't fly home. Obviously, we can hear his dialect and his tone, and clearly he wasn't born in the United States, and he can still inspire those kids, but it's not being a true representation of the country, the nation, and within itself. So that's what I don't believe in the premise that take it back. I just believe it's not helping it go forward. The other thing you highlighted was if he goes and plays for Cameroon, they're not going to win a chip, right? So then if that's the case, why am I going to go somewhere not to win? And if he's looking at it from a sheer selfish perspective, right? Me, if I had a choice to play for England or Jamaica, even though I've lived here majority of my life, I'll still play for Jamaica because that's where my heart sits with regardless of anything. Even though I'll be fumbling the bag, more than likely Jamaica's not going to win the World Cup or the Euros, but I'm going to represent, and that's just me on a personal tip, right? So, it's sad. Definitely agree with that premise. You should just rock with who you're rocking with. But then you know what? If he feels like the United States have done him good, he's been here for long enough, he qualifies. Technically speaking, even though our feelings may be more inclined to one way, he's allowed to.
He can do whatever the hell he wants, man.
Facts.
That's his life. What he wants to do was to represent Team USA, then represent Team USA. I'm all for it. Let's see they bring together some all-star unit and just go out there and decimate everybody.
So what? Steph, LeBron.
They got like a top 5. I mean, what they're projecting to bring to the table for that 2024 Olympics in Paris is Steph, JT, KD, LeBron, Embiid as a starting 5. Hey, let's see that.
Austin Reeves, you get me?
He come off the bench, no doubt. But let's see that. People chirping in, he should do this, he should do that. So he should do what is best for his life. If he wants to represent Team USA, because it gives him a chance of success or whatever reason it is, and just do stuff what he wants to do. That, you know, he's gonna maybe we look back at it one day and regret it, or maybe look back and see the medals and be like, yo, this is what I wanted, yeah, this is what I came for, this is what my career is about. So yeah, like, good luck to him. But we see it across other sports. It's not like he's the first person in a sport to be born in a country and represent the next country. It's not the first time it's happened. It's not going to be the last time. The only reason that everybody's upset, or there's people that are upset, is because, they think that, you know, he's not given a fair representation of where he was born, or he could have represented them and taken them to be projected on the big stage. But ultimately, like, he can do
whatever he wants,
whatever the hell he wants.
I read somewhere that it's the weakest move since KD went to.
No, you're mocking. Because they're mocking. Because all right, look at if we took away every single, if we look at England football team as an example, again, completely different sport, and we took away people that were born or their heritage is the West Indies or somewhere in Africa in general, right? Then who would they be left with? There'd be no Marcus Rashford. There'd be no Saka. So, you know what? No one's going around, and even if they were born in the UK, no one's going around saying, well, you should really go and represent Jamaica. Or Raheem Sterling as a perfect example. In the Euros, he was the best player for England, right? So no one's saying, oh, what? You should have played for Jamaica, right? If anything, he's representing them. As long as you fly that flag to some capacity, you're still representing them on a wider stage. And who gets a chance, not being funny, who gets a chance to play with that all-time superstar team? Look what we saw in the past what the NBA has produced, right? It's like in terms of the Olympics. Yeah, do you remember the all-star team that they've had before in the past?
I remember them.
LeBron James, Steph Curry, they've had one team. They've had Steph Curry and Joel Embiid. That's a problem. Yeah, they've got Kevin Durant on the wing playing as a number playing in three?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
What, yeah?
3 or 4.
Position of basketball. Exactly. That's a madness. Who wouldn't want to do that?
It's gonna be fun
just
to watch.
To imagine just that picture. All them in their blue Team USA. Like, come on.
Yeah, we're not American like that. So we just appreciate the fact that you know what, it's just all-star team, all-star lineup. They're gonna do their thing. Hopefully, whatever. And that's the beauty of it for fans of basketball like we are. So
I hear your point. So I'll bring back to something you said though, Cons. Like, you mentioned, obviously it's a different sport, England and the English players, but those a lot of them were born here. And for example, Raheem Sterling came here as a child. You know, Embiid went to America as an adult.
So and the point is, but then barring obviously his skill set, what's given him this lifestyle that he has? His talent and ability plus United States of America allowing him to be into the country. So you know what? Sometimes you have to look back and think, boy, in fact, some people, I'm not saying this may be the case, but you may turn around and go, I'm a multi-millionaire, right, playing in America, and you know what? Thank you for doing this. Or alternatively, you may have a separate game plan and think, let me go and win this. This is going to be an amazing experience, a once-in-a-lifetime chance in real reality, and I can still fly the flag. And you know what? He may take the investment for whatever he comes with it. He may take that and actually put it back into the country, right? We don't never know.
Or he's just looking at it like, I need to win something in my career.
I doubt it's that shallow.
Because I ain't winning no chips.
I mean, Philly's looking bleak right now for that sort of winning. Yeah, it's looking bleak right now over there. So I don't blame him if you feel like that's a quick win. You know, next year.
Magic Johnson said something. He said, "Don't be fooled. If Philly are basically like dark horses into this, and they slowly creep in." I don't know about that. I think he may have hit his head a little bit, but regardless of anything, they still are not going to be an easy out.
Listen, Embiids, do your thing, man.
We'll see. I hope if Team USA take who they say they're going to take, they're walking, let's walking the Olympics. Let's
call it what it is. They can't be taken. They need to go and get the absolute top end players in the league for this now, because it'd be like, oh, you've won Embiid is declared to play for USA, and then they go and, I'm not going to discredit anyone, so I'm not going to name names.
They might lose to Spain.
So, you're saying like if they take Bam instead of
but don't now take the 4th or 5th best wings or the 4th or 5th best point guards. Just go and get 1 and 2, bang bang bang, Put them all together. Let it mesh.
But the thing is, on international stage, cohesiveness, Team USA don't have because they don't keep a consistent team. Australia, for example,
They will have it.
They keep a
They will have it.
None of it-
they may
none
not
of that
necessarily be.
matters.
They may
They will
not,
have it.
They may not necessarily be
They will
the
have
best individuals.
None of
but,
that matters.
But you can put together. It does matter because we've seen Team USA actually on
Have
paper.
you seen the documentary on the 2008 team?
Team.
Watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
They
no,
built
should
their
win.
chemistry.
But
It
it's
took
not.
time.
It's not as cemented as say. All right. Not,
Yeah, there's
not,
other
Real,
countries.
not Real Madrid basketball
Spain,
team, but
Argentina.
Spain are basically,
Yeah.
barring a few internationals that play in the NBA, it's basically the Real Madrid basketball team, right? But the thing is, they have cohesiveness, and it does make a difference at times where it's just things like they already know the plays, they know the individuals.
I'm not doubting that.
Yeah, right? But I'm still saying Team. I'm not making an escape, by the way.
Right.
Team USA should go there. Not be funny. You've got arguably one of the best point guards in the world, right?
Arguably.
Or ever.
Yeah, they got
Right?
they got the king will run
right?
point.
No, because they
LeBron
really
will-
would argue, innit?
LeBron will run point for that team.
Right, pardon?
LeBron will run point guard.
Oh
for
yeah,
that
yeah,
team.
1,000%.
Definitely
You've got
one
the
of the
most
point guards,
intelligent
yeah, man.
basketball player, I
Yeah.
think, in almost history of basketball,
Yeah.
being LeBron James. That's
LeBron
my
will run
opinion,
point.
right?
They have space to floor nicely. with
And
everyone
then
else.
Steph Curry, the best
him on the
shooter
wing.
in history.
Go on the wing.
No, the best 3-point scorer, the best shooter in history, and then the best scorer in history, arguably between Kobe, Michael Jordan, and KD. I would actually pick probably KD because I think his jumpers are just phenomenal. They're the most sexiest jumpers ever.
So you don't put LeBron as in one of the best scorers.
He is the best scorer based on number, based on he scored the most points. But in terms of, I'm talking pure natural scorer, right? Then KD is a pure natural scorer. LeBron's an all-rounder. He's an all-rounder. He's a very good passer. He's a very good point guard, if you want to call it a point forward, right? He's a very good defender. He's very good in a lot of things. But I wouldn't necessarily say he's the best in every single metrics. He's not the best three-pointer. He's not the best shooter. He's not the best this. He's very good. He's top 10. He's like an 8 in everything instead of being, for example, Steph is a 10 in shooting, right? So there's a difference.
No, that's fair. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
But I think, as you know, the chemistry thing, I don't think it matters. They can have all the chemistry in the world with the talent that Team USA can take.
I think that's why they go and get the big guys.
It doesn't matter.
But this way, a good coach though for Spain could look at the weaknesses and flaws in that.
Yeah, good
I mean,
coach,
Team USA's got Steve Kerr as the coach.
I don't know if I really
How did he
vouch for
get
that.
on
Too tough still.
with the FIBA team?
What do you mean? Who did he take?
No, I'm asking.
FIBA.
How did he get on? I think what, semi-finals?
Serious.
Yeah. That's how he got on.
It's nice though. It's good though.
But he's gonna take home the Olympic gold.
Yeah, because he's got to go recruit the A-listers.
What's my guy that used to play? Used to be the Boston Celtics coach.
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens. Him I always liked.
Terrible coach. Terrible.
I think as when I look at actual plays and
He
stuff,
runs good stuff.
he has some.
Some good stuff.
I've seen him just intelligently make teams look stupid.
You man know I've ripped him in the group, so I don't want to focus on him.
No,
But
he underachieved.
Let's be clear. He won nothing at any level of basketball that he played.
Yes.
He was coaching. Nothing. High school, college, NBA, nothing.
He's still a very. It doesn't mean
okay.
that is. I'm talking about
He's
tactician.
won nothing.
I'm still talking as a tactician. I've seen individual games, and when he's had to make things happen, he's done some stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that play coming. Right? I'm not like
I've also seen his team get swept in conference finals. Individual games get beaten down.
Cool, maybe he didn't have the experience in the playoffs, whatever it may be, right?
Oh,
because when he came, okay. So when
It's
you
always
look
about
at
the players.
no, but I'm just talking about from some stuff which I've seen. He's a very clever guy.
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah.
guy.
He is very clever.
Do you know what I'll give him? His out of bounds plays are amazing.
Yeah.
When the ball's out of bounds and he calls the play, it's brilliant.
Like if there was
I'm not gonna
5
say
seconds
that.
left on the clock, right, and the ball's out of bounds, and you need to get 2 points or a 3, even a 3, he will get that space created to launch that off.
That's great. But you see, over the course of the game, he
ain't bad, man. Brad Stevens weren't that bad. He's not that bad. He should have won one chip.
Nothing.
He should have won one chip.
At any level of basketball, high school, college.
I'm not worried about that. NBA.
Yeah, you're just deflecting from the fact that your guy didn't take home the FIBA.
I'm not deflecting anything.
But what's his name? Steve
Kerr, man.
I call him Stephen Kerr because he's not. He doesn't get that.
No, he's got the chips. No,
Four
Four of
chips.
them.
Oh,
No,
who did he inherit his team from?
No doubt.
Four
Did he bring
Okay.
through? So let me get this right. Did he create Draymond Green and Stephen Clay?
No.
He
Did
just
he formulate them?
inherited a nice
he-
setup. and
Okay.
took
Yeah.
it to
The
the
setup-
next
And the
step.
mentality was already there,
Did
right?
the coach before
Everything was
him win a
installed.
chip?
But they were
They
babies
bombed-
they
at the
bombed
time.
him.
Okay, so
Steph was a baby at the time.
they won 4
They,
chips.
they was a baby at the time,
Four.
and you could see the mentality and
gonna-
how they were. Oh,
Yeah, you can see
I'm
that.
just gonna
you
point.
can
I'm
see,
just gonna,
bro.
I'm just
You
gonna
can
point
see,
out.
you can see.
I'm just gonna point out that when we lost in the play-in to Grizzlies, everyone was laughing. Oh, Steve.
When was that?
You know when it was.
Nah,
No,
man.
you know when it was.
That was not too long ago.
That
Was
was-
it?
And then the
couple
year
years.
after what happened.
What was that?
And then-
3 years ago.
and then a
so
year
I'm
after what
talking about
happened.
that still.
And the year after what happened.
Some people are fortunate. Some people have on their team,
Fortunate. Oh
you
my
know,
God.
the best defender, the best 3-point shooter ever in history,
people are
the
lucky.
best
Draymond-
hot streak 3-point shooter, and
So
top
Draymond's the
class.
best defender now that we're talking. That's what we're saying.
What was Draymond?
In his-
Did
in his
he win
prime.
Defensive Player of the
He's
Year?
got that.
Oh,
He's
I'm
in
sure
his-
he.
in
I'm
his
sure he
prime.
won.
Yeah, he did.
I'm sure he won
In
Defensive
the
Player
year
of the
with
Year.
the last time we won
And
the chip.
I'm sure also that Steph is the number 1 3-pointer in history, and I'm sure the best hot streak 3-pointer in history is Klay Thompson, and also an extremely good defender.
Okay.
And also one of the best handles in probably history
That's
is
all-
Steph
that's all-
Curry.
that's all nice.
And then they got, what's that guy? He's about 6 foot, 6'8", something like that, right? He used to play for OKC. What's that guy's name? Is it Kevin Durant? That's the guy. So I'm sure they went and
had that
recruited
monster. They
Okay.
know
the
they
best
needed
scorer,
him.
the best
They know
scorer
they
in
needed
history.
him.
So they got the best scorer, two of the
That's
best
funny.
3-pointers, right? You know what? Defensive Player of the Year. One.
And that's what.
You know what? If he didn't win, he would have been like Gareth Southgate.
I'm just gonna ask.
That's mad,
I think this is a good segue into the Western
in the
Conference.
Western Conference, yeah,
I
of
think it's a
course.
good segue, but I'm just going to point out a couple of things that you mentioned.
Go for
Right?
it, mate.
The last time Golden State won the chip, Kevin Durant wasn't there.
That's fine.
Let's be clear.
Okay.
Draymond Green was not the best defender in the league. He wasn't Defensive Player of the Year. He wasn't even in the top three.
What is it? The last time you won a chip?
Won the chip.
Does that mean he wasn't any?
Hold
He
on.
was less of a
I
defender.
I'm just saying. He
There's
said.
only, there's only one
he
position
said-
available.
He said.
All right.
He said he was the
Let him do
best.
his thing, man.
I'm pointing out the last time we won. He wasn't.
He has been Defensive Player of the Year, right?
He has. I haven't finished.
Cool.
I haven't finished. Yeah.
And he's what makes your team tick.
Klay Thompson was coming back off a 2-year injury.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't know what he was going to look like. His defense had gone down. You know, he was still a hot streak shooter. That you're never going to take that away from the touch shooting. Never going to take it away. But he wasn't the Klay Thompson that we all knew him to be. You know. So these are.
So was he just a wash then?
I didn't say that's
I'm
not.
asking.
That's
That's the
not what
question
I
I'm
said.
asking.
That's not what I said.
That's the question. I never said you said. I'm
Okay.
asking a question. Was he a wash?
No, he wasn't a wash.
Okay.
He was still a good player, a good shooter. He wasn't the defender that he used to be.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. So these are 3 points
Yeah.
to the team that won the chip 2 seasons ago.
Congratulations.
Who else did you have on that team? Barron's
Congratulations. Well done.
One of the greatest point
I
guards.
mean, you've got Andrew Wiggins,
Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
He's not really a scrub, is he? Yeah.
Number
solid-
one pick. once upon a
solid guy. You know,
Yeah.
solid guy. Kevin Looney.
Not too bad either.
Really,
No, he's not bad at all.
not too bad.
He's
time.
not
Is
bad
this
at all.
the chip you won after the year you tanked?
Yeah,
didn't
that
tank.
one.
That year.
We didn't tank.
That one.
I mean,
Trying to get the number
Draymond was
two.
out. Steph was out. Clay was out. What do you want me to do? I mean, we had Jordan Poole as well.
Yeah. Pool party.
What
party.
was he second round
He's-
pick or late
Pool
first
party.
round?
I think it's a late second
Because
round.
you know the funny thing is that what it reminds me of all of these things like people injuries and all the rest of it. When LeBron James lost the first time at Cleveland to Golden State Warriors, and for me was still the most valuable player, even though he didn't win. He was the best player out of 10 men, 5 on each side, or everybody, including their Finals MVP Andre
Okay.
Iguodala.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody
Right.
was turning around saying, "Yeah, but Kevin Love was injured."
Okay.
But Kyrie Irving was injured.
Okay.
But this person was
No,
injured.
but you-
And then when you see the supporting cast, basically
Yeah,
some guys who basically came from Lewisham on a pickup game, right? On a pickup game, and LeBron James still put it on them. I don't want to hear any excuses.
Yeah, they made it to the finals. Guess who they beat in the conference finals? Your Brad Stevens. Just going to point out.
That's
to you.
not.
But
I know.
given-
I watched the game.
Given you're talking about West, LeBron, that should mean, given for what you're saying, that should mean Lakers should be walking because LeBron is still there.
Is it 21st season?
We're making excuses.
I'm sure he's
so now we're making
39.
excuses.
He's 39 in 2 months.
So now we're making excuses.
What
Now we're making
39-year-old have
excuses.
you seen take and win a chip like that?
Okay.
Because I remember when
He's-
the GOAT, arguably the GOAT, went to Wizards and what happened there. Not saying he wasn't even he actually played really well in a lot of the
did.
times, actually. To
Yeah.
be fair. They just didn't
did
win,
the
I
same.
think. So context is everything, my friend.
But you don't want context when I'm talking about Golden State. You didn't want the
Yeah, but
context.
I'm just
You're
applying
trying to-
the same ethos when it came to Cavaliers and
And I'm
LeBron.
and I'm applying the
Andre
same-
Iguodala was better than LeBron James. Are you crazy?
I'm
People-
applying the same
The world is
ethos
crazy.
to what you're saying about
Mad.
Golden State to your Lakers.
And then the
You
year
have
that
you have
Okay, let me let you talk.
you have LeBron James.
Yes.
I mean, the
He
king.
he will
have
be
AD.
a 38, 39-year-old LeBron James.
AD, number one pick. You have AD.
Yep. Cool.
There you go.
So
Win it.
you're talking about an injury-prone star, which we've known for these seasons.
We're making
because
excuses.
Again, context is everything, right?
I'm making excuses.
Yeah.
Has
in the
has
context.
Steph been out with multiple injuries over
Early in
his
his
whole
career.
career?
No.
Early in his career.
Right?
Early
I
in his
said
career.
I'm talking the whole career.
But early, and he
Early,
was injured 2
right?
seasons ago.
Cool.
Or 3
So
seasons ago.
you say that in the context. AD's been injured every single time from young. He's the most. I think he mostly played in one season was either 73 or 75 games. Right. So
He wants to play-
context is
that's
everything.
mad.
He wants to
Right.
play 82 this season.
Right? He says he wants to play 82. We know he ain't playing no 82, so let's behave himself. But you know what? I love the fact that he says he wants to. do
Yeah, I
that,
like that still.
right?
He's trying to-
And then LeBron James, by the time it gets to May next year, will be 39 and a half. Right? 39 and a half.
So LeBron is supremely
He
conditioned.
spends
right.
He spends
He'll
$1
be-
million
he'll be
dollars
fine,
on
man.
his body.
So, but it's
every
still
year.
39
Nah,
and a
he's
half.
alright.
Right?
He looks like a
W-
21-year-old.
Right.
That's what they're saying in the media, saying that he looks like he.
because that's the media selling a story
LeBron
and a
is
narrative.
21.
though. But the reality is, yeah, that's the media selling a story and a narrative because you know what looks good, what's going to get eyeballs on the NBA is the story of a 39-year-old LeBron James who, by the game that I saw him against Brooklyn Nets, looks like he's got the same level of spring in his step as what he had the previous season, which is actually
looks solid.
brilliant.
Looks
You know, I was commending him on his play, right? I was commending
Okay.
how he played, right?
So-
But you know, it's, as you said, Western Conference. You start properly about this
okay.
Western Conference because this
I'm
conversation
ready-
could go.
I'm ready to do that.
Could go
I'm ready
left.
to do that.
Go on, boss.
But I think, to be fair, if we're going to start with the Western Conference, we have to start with the champions. The Denver
Nuggets,
Nuggets.
yeah.
We've got to start with them. I don't really think they've lost anything from last season.
Bruce Brown. He's a good role player for them. Still.
Very good, still
It was.
good
Valuable
scorer,
off
man.
the bench.
But
Yeah.
in for them to win again, I think they've still got enough. They've got Jokic.
I don't see it happening though.
Really?
No, I don't see them winning.
Really?
I don't see them
I
winning.
don't-
Denver's a tough place to go get a win. If you got to go there on the game 7, that's going to be like
You got to go there and win 4 games. You got
Yeah.
you got to win at
They've
least
got
3
home court
games.
on you.
Because I know people are saying
Yeah.
I think it's the altitude is also an
Altitude,
issue,
man.
Altitude, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
right? But I generally don't see them doing what they did last season, this season. Also, what I started to realize, even though
I think they lost
obviously
Seth Green
they
as well.
they had won and stuff, but they had I think people started to start figuring them out a little bit.
Who figured them out?
So no, but I'm seeing like
I know who
you
didn't.
know,
Miami.
We all know, yeah, but Miami never was going to figure it out.
Yeah,
we all
Lakers.
know, we know Miami overachieved, and they've consistently overachieved, and
Yeah.
they need new additions to their squad to actually take them that 10% over. But I started to see little. I think this season people would have studied them sufficiently, and because they haven't made any meaningful moves in terms
I'll tell you
of
why
addition,
you're wrong, yeah. I'll tell you why you're wrong.
no. I'm just saying. Everyone else has gotten. People are getting better. You've got because you still got to beat the Bucks. You still got to beat.
Keep in the West.
Keep in the West.
No, but I'm talking when you get to obviously the finals, right? We're
forget-
talking about winning the chip.
Yeah.
Chip means you got to beat the best of the East as well.
Okay.
Right. So when I'm looking at it, I personally think they won't win the chip. I'm not saying they won't get to conference finals and win the conference finals. I think they haven't added enough to ensure of the victory. Yes, they may make it challenging. They may go to 7 games, but they haven't done anything extra to ensure that they're going to win.
So do you think that Nuggets are going to win the West? Forget the chip for now. Do you think they're gonna win
I
the
would
West?
say that they'll get to the finals.
Are they favourites for the West?
I don't think the odds actually land them in favourites at the moment, if my memory serves me right.
I would say, look,
What do you think about the Nuggets?
Jokic is one of a kind, yeah.
Facts.
So just based off him and the chemistry he's got with Jamal Murray, which not a lot of teams have got with their 1-2 combo, not a lot of teams are going to be able to slow him down. So they're gonna win, 60 games, I would say. All in all, there'll probably be 1 or 2 in the West seed. They're gonna be formidable, even though they've lost a couple role players. They're still gonna be a handful because Jokic is that dominant, and he's not traditional centre. Low posting, playing with the back to basket. He's on the perimeter. He's initiating attack offense. Not a lot of bigs can get dragged out there and deal with him and guard him, and therefore it causes havoc for everybody else. So that's why Denver are still difficult to just write off. There's 1 or 2 players in the West that are really gonna cope with Jokic for 7-game series. Yeah, and if you don't have somebody that's gonna be able to deal with him for a stretch, or even 2 players, one maybe to pick up fouls, one to just start, just grinding him down. Then
sorry to cut. I'm going to cut you. So this is where I'm in complete agreement with you, by the way. Yeah. But the 1 or 2 little players that they had who did actually make positive impact on there, they've lost. And Bruce Brown is very good. Obviously, when he came, we saw him in the Nets. Yeah. We saw how good he played. And this is where I'm saying you haven't exactly got the same makeup as last season. So you haven't shown me who's going to be your new Bruce Brown. That just in case, because Joker's going to play amazing. Again, the chemistry with Jamal Murray, fantastic. And they're going to get buckets. Yeah, but you know what? Those 2 are not scoring 118 points. Right?
They've still got KCP.
Yeah, he's not bad. Very good defender,
MPJ.
But not bad.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. I'm a fan of.
Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've still got stuff around.
Alright, KCP will get drop the threes, yeah. Right, and he's good defender, yeah. 3 and D, yeah.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson, what's that? That's the point guard. Again, he was at LA beforehand, and he obviously went over to there. Decent point guard, not the best, but he can do a basic job. With Jamal Murray time off a little bit. But then, what's the drop off now? So you've got your, what's their starting 5? Jamal Murray, Joker, KCP,
Michael Porter Jr.,
MPJ, and probably,
cool. Now Joker goes and sits down for a minute.
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan's going to come in, yeah? I'm not worried about that. Right?
He's going to get you rebounds. He's going to get you
rebounds. I might as well have my guy from China, right? Dwight Howard, right? Who actually played not too bad. But the point I'm making is when you've got that next team in, who's going to stay?
Aaron Gordon's at the 4.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, he can't mess about with them boys.
Fair enough. He's not too bad.
But can't mess about with them.
I still don't think. I don't know if it's because for me, when they won the chip last season, it looked like a super team.
It did have a few.
Aaron Gordon, right? Aaron Gordon, like they had top flight players, the top 8 players. Yeah, I would say are extremely good. Yeah. But I just don't see that extra little oomph that you need and that helped him last season. I'm not necessarily talking about the finals itself. I'm just talking about in the season within itself. So that's going to affect your positioning.
Top 3 seed though.
So what are we saying?
Yeah, they should do that.
Top 3.
I'm saying top 3. 100.
I reckon so. If you ask me, I reckon they win. They are top seed.
I'd say for me, it's between Denver, Golden State and Lakers for the number 1 seed.
Hold on. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I hear you.
That's what I would project.
When it comes to Lakers and Golden State in a minute, but there's another team I want to talk about first. Your team. Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, we're good.
I think KD's got a lot to prove.
He got 90.
Prove? Yeah, he does.
Prove is a big word.
He does. Yeah, prove is a big word.
Prove is a mad word for someone that's got scoring titles, MVPs, final MVPs. It's not about proving. He's got to solidify. It's a big difference. Solidify.
You don't want to mention the chip. He got how many chips?
He got 2. He went there and
he went to a 73.
Yeah, exactly.
He went to a 73 and 9
They needed him.
Is it
needed?
73 and 9 because one man scared them the season before,
frightened them,
and they didn't have Kevin Love and Kyrie.
Them.
I hear everything. I hear everything.
The equalizer.
But what I will say to that point,
they went and got him.
They went and got him.
They had to, man.
Got 2 chips.
Draymond said we needed him.
He left.
Yeah, he left.
What's he done since?
Well, he tore his Achilles when they're going to 3-peat.
Okay.
That's recovery.
We're not making excuses here because
this is fact.
When Clay was injured,
no, this is fact.
You said we tanked.
Is it fact?
So what has he done since?
So is it fact?
Okay.
Fact or not?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so tore his Achilles, came back. Mm-hmm. A lot of people thought he wouldn't even come back and be 50% of the player.
Right.
He came back and was 98%.
He was a toenail away.
So 90, and that, and we know sports injuries, bro. Like Achilles tear is mad.
mad.
ACLs are mad.
Ends careers.
So
Cool.
he finished his career. So he came back and he was still doing things where we thought, whoa, this is really.
Right.
Obviously, the setup in Brooklyn was crazy, man. Let's call it what that setup was. You'd have thought him and Kyrie was okay. Then they started adding Harden and bidding coach Steve Nash.
Bro, I think that's what.
This is a mess. It was a
James
mess.
Harden was obviously Kyrie's the issue in itself. COVID, multiple things, right? Obviously, we know with the anti-Semitic elements and all the rest of it, right? So we're not going to go into that. We're not trying to get cancelled. But on paper, Bruce Brown,
They had a roster,
right?
Claxton.
I'm not getting it before James Harden.
It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, brother,
They had a roster.
I was
They
looking
did
forward
have
to
a
that.
roster, but the fact of the matter is, since you talked about facts,
Yeah,
they didn't win.
they didn't win.
Cool.
Fine. So that got teared down. Obviously, he found himself in Phoenix.
I don't think
That
that's
didn't
ever
really
gonna
work out. I mean, he was there for February. Yeah, trade deadline. He's gone to Phoenix, or just before the trade deadline. He's gone there. He's got to the playoffs. They beat up the Clippers round 1. Then they lost to the eventual champions. I think they nicked 2 games off them, which was whatever. So this season, yeah, he's got to solidify what we know about him. All-time great scorer. Somebody that doesn't need to have the ball a lot to make a difference on any team. He's going to have to do this with 2 players who have things to prove. If you want to talk about people to prove, Devin Booker and Bradley Beal have things to prove in their careers. Yeah, okay. So they have things to prove. So he's got them as wing.
So he's got his equivalent of Stephen Clay. Cool. I hear you.
Well, what then? Steph is a point guard and Booker's not. He's a shooting guard, and Bradley Beal's also a shooting guard. If you want to be honest, yeah. So he's got 2, I would say, of the top 6 shooting guards, yeah, with him, and then I think he got some decent role players. Nurkic is now at center. They've got a few decent wings they've acquired. So yeah, I think they will be dangerous.
So you don't think they'll be top 3 in the West?
With a new team, new coaches, they're gonna have to figure out certain things. As long as they understand KD's number 1 there, Booker's number 2, Bill's number 3, and they run plays. I saw a clip of their preseason, that first quarter they played the other day, and they scored something stupid like 45 points.
Yeah,
and I was like, yo, that's mad.
They have the ability to outscore.
They can do that to you because teams can't guard all 3 of them guys.
Yeah,
and the other 2 people on the court are going to be useful. Yeah. They're not going to be.
What, Grayson Allen? Yeah, sure.
Grayson Allen is useful.
He's useful.
He will defend you to the hill and back. So he can make threes.
That's what I was going to say. He would outspread the floor.
Yeah. So they've got body parts
So if we're talking standings, seedings,
because I feel like Denver are coming champs.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Golden State were champs 2 years ago.
Just to point out, they were 4th last year. Just
Suns. Yeah, so I feel like they'll be around 4th seed there.
4th
this year.
So no improvement, just
no. But when they get to the playoffs,
okay.
Now it's all chips to the table.
Okay.
It's going to be cohesiveness. Like they're going to need to learn that.
They're going to push it to the table, and then we'll see who's who. Because
okay.
I know what these boys are about, man. They're gonna surprise people. But like I said, the West is a mindful. You've already got them 3 big teams. Yeah, the 3 former champions over the last 3 years. Yeah, and then Phoenix. That's how you have to look at it.
And you know what? As much as Kawhi recently has been obviously the injuries and people have been trolling him about him taking time off and the rest of it. Clippers, brother. Listen,
take it away.
Clippers are a very complete team. Where Phoenix is very top heavy in terms of scoring, right?
Yeah.
Right. They've got a few defenders. I can definitely see that on Phoenix Suns. But Clippers are a rounded team.
Ty Lue as well.
Yeah? And exactly that, right? And you got to rate that coach, right?
No
Maybe
Ty
not
Lue.
Brad Stevens, but you definitely got to rate that coach.
No Ty Lue.
So with that being said, Clippers as the subject to health, and that's the big caveat.
They could be the one.
They could be a silent dark horse that wins the West.
You know what? I don't even think they're that silent because
they got a team.
I caught a glimpse of their preseason game recently. Kawhi looked
menacing.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, hey, this guy's back. Yeah, I said, he's back. Like, everyone's in trouble because if you think about it, Claw he guards everything.
Yep.
Yeah,
1 through 5.
He's got handles.
as well.
Yeah. PG's about.
You know.
I see he draining threes from way behind the 3-point line. So I'm thinking, you know what? Their top 2 stars are difficult to stop.
Terrence Mann.
No, I
Terrence Mann.
I think their top 5. I think their starting 5 are a whole problem.
Yeah, it's a big
Who's
5.
who's centre for them?
Zubac.
Right. Your boy. No, I mean my boy. Sorry, my old boy. Apologies. That's
Yeah,
my
so
old boy.
yeah. So and he
Russ.
Russ is their point guard.
Russ is playing point. He's
You know
not.
what, Russ-
He's
have
not
you
taking
seen
shots.
it? Listen,
Russ
is
respect him.
Russ needs respect, you know,
Yeah,
'cause
he does.
he
does.
knows where he's at, and he's
Yes.
not trying to be Russ of OKC.
Nope.
He's just like, I'll just find the
Yes, he's just
guys.
playing point.
I'll just find the
He
guys.
played. I think when I watched the game. I watched the highlights of the game, and then I looked at the box score.
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't think I saw what I saw.
Yeah.
He didn't score any
Points.
He didn't take no shots.
But look at the creation, bruv.
He's looking for
I was
the
like,
team, yeah.
why did you do that, Lakers?
Yeah.
I was upset.
Yeah, no.
And he still has the bounce about him. Have you seen?
Still
Did you see
he's
it?
super. He's been super fake.
And the thing is with Russ, yeah. If you're an opposing team, you're looking at him thinking this guy was
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
a
You
scorer.
know what he was.
We know
Yeah.
what he is. So if he's driving, you're thinking right.
Yeah.
I've got to go.
But
But
the
he's just driving and kick.
Yeah. He's not.
Mad.
He's actually. And if you look at the Lakers games, the games that he scored 6 points,
Mm-hmm.
something where it is, and then 15 assists.
Yeah.
I was looking. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this might." You know when you get a whisper and you think this might work. And I could kind of see what LeBron and AD and the rest of them was thinking. You know what, Russell, he's gonna sell loads of t-shirts. He's gonna add value to the team.
He's a big
and if
name.
he's a point guard, that's that athletic and will get down from end to end on the court at speed, the
push
way
the
he
pace,
does,
yeah.
pushing the pace. It's gonna be a problem. But he's actually. So right, let me be humble for a minute.
Yeah, you know what
I
is-
don't want to end like Carmelo Anthony and,
He's,
and get told.
he understood that as you get older in this league and your skills and your powers diminish a little bit, you may have to accept a role
That
which
you don't
may
like.
not be your status.
Yeah,
Someone needs to tell it to James Harden.
that's why I say.
But
Thank you. So what I say last week?
I think James Harden is not. He's not at the Russ point yet. He's not there yet. He's going that way.
He's naturally going that
He's
way.
not, but he's not there yet. I think give James a little bit more of that.
Russ is still athletic.
What has he lost? What has Russ actually
I
lost?
mean, we know he never had shooting,
I mean,
Facts.
yeah. Facts.
so it's not like he lost that.
This is what I'm saying. He's as athletic as then. He's less naive.
Yeah.
Yeah, his brain's actually gotten better from what I can see. So he's actually better. You know
that's
what?
mad.
He's when you look at the 73-9 Golden State, yeah, that Steph. I rather Steph today. Steph today is a beast,
Yeah, it's
in
more-
my
it's more
opinion.
of an assassin.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah, 100%.
days.
More cerebral.
The Steph
What's
today
What's
is
so mad about that 73-9 Golden State is that they shouldn't have even made the finals.
Yeah, they OKC should have done them out, you know.
They shouldn't have made
OKC
There's
should have.
no
Rest of them
like
boys
when you
should've
if you go back and
punished
watch
them.
You're right.
those games,
You-
they should not have
you're
made
right.
the finals.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. They shouldn't have.
shouldn't have made the finals.
No, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, because the Steph then he was good. Don't
He
get
was
it
super-
twisted.
he was super
But the
good.
Steph now
Is that
Scary.
and bro?
Scary.
Bro,
Crazy.
best point guard.
Yeah, he's just
Crazy.
scarier now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And his handle improvement.
It's
Hey, Steph's handles
nothing
is not
was
spoken
dicked off,
about.
yeah.
No, like his handles has not been spoken about. In terms of when we talk about handles, we talk about obviously Kyrie Irving, and I still think
by
he's
far.
got the best skill set under the rim than any point guard in history, in my opinion.
best
With
layout
a
package.
close second, AI with AI, right? Like extremely close second, because of the difficulties in what he does.
Okay.
Right, and I heard the story about how when he was training as a kid,
Broken
backboard.
Oh, yeah, I
so
heard
he
that
had to
thing,
learn
yeah,
to
yeah.
spin off from different angles to get it in.
Yeah.
So for me,
Yeah,
the
Kyrie's
most skillful
intelligent.
point guard in history. But Steph's handles,
Yeah.
he'll trick you.
Yeah,
He'll
hurt
trick
you.
out your
hurt
position.
you.
I wanna talk about Golden State, but before we get there,
Yeah.
there's two other teams in the West that they finished second and third in the standings.
Oh, yeah.
Grizzlies.
Memphis, my guys. The Memphis Grizzlies.
I mean,
Hey.
we talked about it in one of the pods that
Yeah.
even though they lost Dylan Brooks, I think they've got better.
Marcus Smart.
They've got a better replacement.
D
for
Rose
them.
is gonna handle the rock
Yep.
until Ja returns.
So Jar's back,
Yeah.
So
I think
D
they got
Rose
Luke Kennard.
looked-
Luke Kennard from they picked up Luke Kennard.
That's a good pick.
Shooter,
Yeah, he.
assassin.
I watched part of their preseason game, and D Rose was bringing the ball up.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean D Rose is still D
again,
Rose.
as somebody that as he's gotten older, he's understood.
his role.
And
The roles
he hasn't
changing.
lost much. You've got the
lost his
youthful athleticism.
Little bit
He's
of
lost his
explosion.
explosion.
Yeah, like the
He's lost his
youthful
explosion.
element
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
had,
yeah.
he's gone. But his wisdom,
So thinking is more.
he's as effective.
Yeah.
So where do we think? What do we
Memphis
think?
are still
do
listen.
you think
No,
we do?
Jared Jackson. Listen, Stephen Adams. Listen, nobody wants to get into a slugfest with them, but
7
and
games
they're older
against
now.
them.
They're
Yeah,
wiser.
yeah.
They're not as naive.
Stephen Adams, you know, he's like my hero, bro.
Stephen Adams,
That
is serious,
guy,
man.
Australian, cool, calm.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
Australian,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Cool, calm, and collected guy.
Kiwi. I
But
think he's
he's a mountain.
Seven games against Memphis.
It's not.
Tough.
It's not.
You
yeah.
can win it, but
But
you're
it's
more.
tough.
Yeah,
you're more. It's the issue
Yeah.
is your following
Tough.
series.
Yeah, they wear you.
7 games against
Brutal, man.
Memphis, especially when
And
if
then Ja
comes
returns.
back and
See?
he's ooh
Ja's skills is not diminished.
nope.
Listen,
He's
I don't know.
young, athletic point guard with a lot of skills. He's
And
gonna
he's
be
got
in
someone like D Rose
who can
guide him.
guidance.
I just
Marcus
don't want him
Smart.
to flash a gun on Instagram. That's all I don't need him to
So
do.
we
Yeah,
can't
okay,
control
we
that.
can't control that.
We can't control
Yeah.
that side of his lifestyle, but we want him to hit the potential we see in the first few years of his career. And if he does that with this team, Triple J, and the rest of these guys,
Not so mad, yeah. The playing game where they beat us, yeah. I didn't at them time. I didn't rate
didn't rate
Ja.
them, innit?
I didn't rate Ja and especially his shooting.
downhill.
I
High
didn't
pass.
rate him. His focus was just get into the rim, get into the rim,
Yeah,
get into the rim, get into the rim. I was like, let him shoot. But I think in the
He
second or
made
third
some
quarter,
shots.
we gave him space. He
Started
just started
hitting shots,
draining
yeah.
threes.
You don't
It's
do
like,
that to him, man.
What
He can
can
hit
you
them.
do? Like it's like where did you get this from?
He's got
I
so
think he
much.
developed it from year 1 to year 2.
You too,
And
yeah.
he's developed such an ego that he doesn't mind taking those shots.
Nope.
And
doesn't.
even
He
though they
wants
may
it.
be low percentage making shots, he
takes
still
it.
takes them.
You have to respect
And
it.
sometimes he makes them, and sometimes he doesn't. But when he gets streaky with it, you're like, oh, it's gonna be a long
It's
day.
long,
bro.
man. Because
And
you
when
don't
he's-
go too out to guard him because he's too quick.
Too
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Blow by you.
He's gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
He does. He's a better scorer in Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. Russell's triple doubling at that, man.
No, but I'm doing
No,
shooting.
shooting.
Oh,
Scoring.
the shooting.
That's
Okay,
what I'm saying. He's
okay.
a better.
scoring.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Shooting.
With the shooting. Nah, he-
So what do you reckon? Top
Who's
6?
that?
What are they playing?
No, they're definitely in the top 6 for me.
Yep.
Memphis
Top
are in the top 6. 3.
We
or
got.
5.
We haven't gone.
We haven't
properly
got to the
Lakers,
big two. We haven't
but
gone
we
there
ain't
yet.
gone to- so we've got Clippers potentially.
That's
Yep.
the big 2. They're not
Right,
even
Denver
champs.
Nuggets. That's the big one, really.
Yeah, okay.
Golden State, Lakers, Grizzlies.
And the other
Phoenix
team we were
Suns.
talking about, Sacramento, isn't it?
Kings.
Kings are.
Ooh, but
Kings
you know
are
they're
naughty,
they're
man.
a seasoned team. They're a team that play well in 82 games.
Yeah.
Kings are
Easy in the
another.
playoffs. Easy.
I think that's
Like
more to do with a lack of experience because Fox, Sabonis, they're not regular players. They're top end.
They're,
Yeah,
they're,
they
they're,
are top
they're
end.
very good players.
They're top
Very,
end.
No, but
very good
Sabonis
players.
is an all-star.
Top end,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's not like you could just go into their house and just deal with them, or when they visit you, you're just gonna. Nah,
They take on nice gentlemen.
they what from you lot? Did you?
That was 4-2.
It was 4-2.
was 4-2.
Yeah. See, see what I mean? That's the more to do with their development as a team. Sometimes these developments take a couple years. Fox and Sabonis have to build that chemistry. They go through a few struggles. They get to the point where, all right, now they're mature in their play, you know, and now they take on the beasts in the West, but they'll be difficult to play against.
But this is where it gets tricky because they can easily get 5th or 6th.
yeah, you
And
don't
then
want
it
that.
makes somebody tricky.
Yeah.
It moves
Third
one of the
seed.
big ones that we've spoken about.
Yeah,
Say for
yeah.
argument's
Now
sake,
they're
the Clippers, and they may put Clippers in a play-in for argument's sake.
It could,
Right.
it could get difficult if they last year they were what, 3rd seed, didn't it?
Third, yeah, we played because we were 6th, so
Yeah.
we played them round 1.
See, all of a sudden you're stressed.
Unnecessarily. So
But
it's-
I think in a playoff series, I think you can beat them.
If you're experienced
It's
and you've got
enough.
the
Yeah,
seasoned
I
vets
think
who
you
can
can-
manage the
I think you can beat
game
them.
to game, you deal with them,
Even because they had home court.
and you still
We took the first one, they took the second one.
yeah.
but then it's like, even if that
The
happens,
bright
All the
lights
oth-
though,
all the
the
other
bright
ones.
lights, man.
so here's where it gets
Other way around.
complicated, right? So
Other way
even if they take one of the top 6 seeds, right, and one of the big teams going to the play-in, what happens
That's a
is
nightmare.
team who's first, second, or
Just
third,
stressed. Now
it
they're
becomes
No,
a
but it's first or second because
so
playing
first,
playing
first
is
and
one and
second,
two.
so you're 1
Yeah,
and 2.
7, 8.
So then it becomes tricky. So the first game for whoever's first and second seed, what's going to happen now is you're going to be playing someone you really don't want to
Want to
be
play?
playing.
Yeah,
want
matchups.
So it becomes
Yeah.
now a bit of a.
That's why seeding is so key this year,
Yeah.
man.
It's crazy.
It's gonna be mad.
I think it's time that we talked about the big guys. Well, obviously Denver are the champions,
course,
so
yeah.
they are.
It's kind of funny that we knock them. We have to check ourselves. That
No, but
Denver-
you have to show them respect.
You have to show them
Jokic-
Oh yeah, they're the
Former
champions, and
MVP.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because what
Rightfully.
major injuries occurred where obviously we saw what happened when Toronto, for example, won, and we saw what happened with some players and teams, right? No, but you know, there's always an element.
There's
of
a
luck,
couple,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so
They didn't really face anything like that.
There wasn't really a thing where a team is short-handed
Oh,
because of
well,
certain key
we
players.
didn't have. Well, I say we didn't have CP3 for a couple of the games. I mean, we
Oh, so you think
need a
CP
bit-
is
we need a
CP3
bit of direction. We need a bit of direction.
He would have made it. He would have made some form of a difference.
It would have made a
regardless.
difference. They would have
But
had
I'm
to
saying,
respect him.
like overall for their whole course of the playoffs, there wasn't a massive amount. It's
No.
not like when you got to the finals and you're missing Kevin Love and Kyrie.
Yeah,
Irving.
yeah. It wasn't none of that.
All right.
Oh, Miami was missing Tyler Hero.
They-
Yeah,
he's a threat though.
He's a threat, but is he enough?
Miami were never going
Is he enough of a
Miami
threat?
weren't gonna do
was
that.
never
They-
good.
they-
They
Miami
weren't
was-
gonna do
and this is
that.
why I said when we spoke about the Eastern Conference version is that Miami, like they've overachieved multiple occasions and they haven't done enough. So you know, Miami, I feel sorry for them this year.
Right. Golden State.
I've had to look at their.
Look, we have got a
Just squad is
we
supreme,
have got
bro.
a good roster. I
I
can't
don't understand. You can't be
We have
downplaying
got a
nothing
good
over
roster.
there.
We have got a good roster.
Everything's intact.
As much as I don't like CP3,
And they were running good
CP3
plays from
I saw
the
him
jump.
play the other day.
CP3. If you have a roster where you're playing CP3 at the point, Steph at the 2,
Steph was running around, man.
play at the 3, like I mean, you've got shooting galore. You've got it's an open floor.
Who's 4 and 5?
They had Green and
Depends on what
Looney.
you want to play.
Or
Yeah,
the
Green.
Kuminga, they
You've
could
got
throw Kuminga.
Kuminga.
You got
You could put
Wiggins.
You lot are
Wiggins.
really
The roster's-
positionless
Yeah,
basketball.
What?
Yeah,
You lot
it,
having fun.
it depends what you want
They
to
can
play.
do whatever.
Put Draymond at the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
small
it's-
ball.
They could
Play
go
small ball,
Kuminga
like-
and Wiggins or Wiggins.
But I think
Green.
our
So many
biggest
options,
our
bro.
biggest problem.
They got options, you know.
CP3, Clay, Steph, Wiggins, and then Draymond.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play
they
small
want
ball.
small, yeah.
Yeah,
They can. Yeah, they got.
you
too
can throw in
much.
Moses Moody if in there.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Moses. Yeah.
Kuminga. But I think our problem is not going to be scoring the basketball. Our problem is going to be going the other way.
Defending.
Our
You can
problem is
Wiggins
defend.
ain't bad. Clay, you got Clay.
You got
No,
Draymond.
it's Draymond
Looney.
and-
CP3 is very intelligent. He may not necessarily. He'll get small little deflections.
Draymond
You got,
and
the,
Clay.
you got the mitten. Is he still there?
Draymond, oh yeah, he's still there.
Still
He's still
there?
there, but he's more of a rebound guy than he is a
Okay,
defender.
okay.
But you've got Draymond and Clay were once top end,
Yeah, top tier.
top tier defenders.
Age.
Arguably top 5 in the league defense.
Injuries
If
has
not
brought
one
Clay
of-
down.
Sadly.
Age has brought Draymond down.
Yeah.
But I think
Wear and tear more. of
I think something as well last season, and I read this, the incident that happened with Jordan Poole
Yeah.
and Draymond, it made Draymond feel like he couldn't be
Draymond.
that vocal guy on the court anymore. So
Psychologically
we lost
sometimes.
that a bit, especially on road games. You could see, look, if you look at our record last season,
because he couldn't go
Our-
blasting players.
our road games,
Couldn't
we
go
were
setting
terrible.
things out of hand.
At home, we were okay.
It's not
On
the
the
first
road,
time he's done that.
Yeah,
You know how I put this on? Steve Kerr.
Lack of leadership.
I put it on Steve Kerr. Okay, and
Why?
It's a your superpower. Well, Draymond's superpower is leadership. He is a leader.
Yep.
He's gonna bull whatever you, etc. And he's the playmaker for that team, right? Everything, some way, shape, or form, he creates everything. He makes everything tick over. He knows the system so well, it's ridiculous. He knows exactly where you should be. He knows if he's moving into a position to allow Steph to cut him, wherever it is, he is your guy.
Yeah.
Right? And he's the one that gets literally these new guys in, and he puts them on skates straight away because he wants them to excel. He's not taking nothing. He wants the best. He's here to win in it.
Yep.
Regardless. And he's a teammate. One thing that everyone's actually said, even though he gives them a lot of rubbish, a lot of crap, he's an actual genuine teammate. Right? He checks at everybody differently. So you know what? If you're taking that from him, then you know what? You're getting a handicapped version of Draymond Green. And it's for Steve Kerr to position with everybody else, Wagwan. Because if you lose him, then what's the point? You might as well trade him and get someone else.
Technically, we've done that. Jordan Poole's gone.
Yeah, but now but that's Jordan Poole. But I'm saying
I think everyone else.
Who do you want to keep, Jordan Poole or Draymond? No disrespect to either of them.
I'm keeping Draymond Green.
Done.
It's done. I'm keeping Draymond Green. As much as I like Jordan Poole as a player, and I think he has got the potential to get up there, I'm keeping Draymond Green.
Do you think that's very nearsighted though?
Maybe it is, but the team that we have now, I have to reiterate my stance here. I'm a Steph Curry fan, so where he goes, I go. So if Steph Curry was to retire tomorrow,
he's coming to the Lakers, mate.
I'd have to find another team. But the point I'm making is that I am nearsighted because I don't necessarily care if when Steph leaves and Jordan Poole's still there and at Golden State and then they start winning. I don't care about that. I care about winning now. Because I care about winning now, I'd rather keep Draymond Green. Though I have to give it to him. Jordan Poole helped us in our championship that we won. He helped us a lot.
Yes,
I have to give him that. But now, I'm keeping Draymond. In terms of where I think we'll be in the West, look, Denver, I think they take it. I think at least the 1 seed. I'll put Lakers above us. I'll put Phoenix above us. I think we'll end up 4, maybe 5 in the West, depending. I think, but when we get to the playoffs, that's when I think the experience that we have will really show.
If you meet Suns or Lakers or any of these juggernauts because you decided to seed low in the playoffs, they're gonna deal with you. But
we're not.
Better hope for them young teams.
We're not meeting Suns or Lakers because Suns or Lakers are gonna be above us. We're meeting
in your hope.
Second round.
I think Lakers will be below you.
We'll get to Lakers in a minute.
I'm keeping it Golden State, but I was just because you mentioned these teams because of some of the younger players that you still got in your team, right? I think the way the season's going to go, you lot are going to go all out and try your best to get the best position, and you're going to play for a position. That's my opinion.
I think we will rest. Not rest because
he ain't allowed to do resting.
Not allowed to do resting.
These boys want to rest already.
We're not going to rest.
He didn't even start.
We're not
about resting.
But the guys Steph is not going to play the 75.
Plays his full 82.
He's not playing. He's not playing his 82.
No, but they'll make adjustments with Steph and CP3.
Yeah, they're not.
And
CP3's not playing 82. He's not playing 82.
I wouldn't be surprised if CP3 doesn't always start. I wouldn't be surprised if they go out with a standard Steph, Clay, Draymond, Wiggins, whoever, right? Looney, right? For example, you know what? I used to hate. I can't lie. I used to hate him, but it's kind of prejudiced because it was just because of his name. I was like, it was man a Looney Tune. But as a player, it was alright. It was just no reason. I apologize.
If we need rebounds,
right? No. I know. I apologize. I like him, but then I can see now. Cool. Then you bring in CP3, and he comes and sort things out, and then within the game, and he will come on, and then especially closing, I think CP3 will be on. And it's not about who starts; it's about who finishes on a basketball game a lot of the time. So I think they'll play it cleverly between those two elements of things, because you lose the defense by having both of them on the court. Yes, CP3 plays his positional awareness for interceptions is extremely good, but you lose the defense. But if you come against, not being funny, everyone who's above 6'6", right, on a basketball team, then your team, that's like you're going to be eaten alive.
Yeah, but right? what we will have if you come against players that are above 6'6", what we will have is you can take your 2 points. We just go down and hit.
Kuminga's good. Kuminga guards wings very well.
He does.
And Wiggins is quite good at the wing defending.
What do you think about Golden State though?
I don't see any much major drop off. I see an improvement in what they have brought in. I had a look at their I saw a preseason game recently. Maybe I saw some highlights, and they're running really nice plays already. CP3 handling, setting screens. Defenders are already losing Steph when he's running around in preseason, and they're not even going full tilt.
You know how much Steph runs, bro?
Have you seen his training regime?
Serious.
Bro, have you seen a video of his training?
But Steph,
it's insane.
It's worse. Listen, this year it's because CP3 is a lot better of a passer than Draymond.
Yeah.
Even though Draymond's taller, CP3 pick and rolls are more dangerous. He's picking poison now. Nah, man.
I'll say, Cons, go and look at Steph's training.
Yeah, I saw a video. He's running like a marathon runner.
I've seen his analytics.
It's crazy, you know.
This guy does
He's
not
hitting every shot after the run.
Yeah.
You have to. Every single game is a marathon with Steph Curry.
You have to make sure you're conditioned for him.
He is an absolute, and he's gotten stronger. Over the years.
Yeah, that's why now he's
right, and he's smarter.
formidable.
And what I've seen in this specific video that I saw online, and guy just analysing his game, he's running the same distances as he was running before, but he's covering more important ground. So he's just a shift in angle where he may have gone a little bit around more to get to where he's positioned. He's finding the smarter maneuvers to get to his position. So he's actually going the same distance, but technically speaking, covering more important ground and getting it quicker. So it's kind of a madness. So that means he's actually in one place specifically. He's taken the distance is shorter, but he's doing more of those plays because he's covering the same ground as what they was basically staying.
Bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't writing them guys off. I expect them to be there or thereabouts when it's crunch time, man.
I think
100%.
Fourth. I see them going third off. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going third.
Just to point out, we were sixth for last year.
That's fine.
Right, yeah,
That's
Third or
fine.
fourth.
Yeah,
I reckon fourth or fifth around there.
I think a bit better.
Then we've got to get to the king.
Put this on.
Lakers.
Crown me.
Lakers.
Crown.
Lakers.
Number 6, number 23. Whichever number you want to give him. Right?
I'll let you run with the Lakers.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think?
38, currently 38, going to be 39 in
just get to
December.
the point,
Born in Akron, Ohio.
Here we go.
Cleveland.
Here we go.
Right? A guy named LeBron King James the first.
First of his name.
Right? Big up Bronny. You know what I mean? Big up LeBron Jr. I think they will get 4th to 5th. And the reason being is because even though they've got things like AR back, AD, LeBron, D'Angelo Russell as another example as well.
D'Lo, wow.
Right. So
Rui Hachimura.
and that guy, he's underrated. I like that kid. Right. So I still think there's going to be an element. Also, remember, everyone knows
Vincent.
Every season
They told me.
Every season he doesn't start until his birthday month. LeBron does not start till his birthday.
This is different.
We know that. That's history.
I don't think he do that this year because he wants to win that Vegas trophy.
Yeah? But the reality is every year he doesn't. His team at the beginning are whack.
But he's figuring out the moving
parts. And he learns. He studies in a game, right? And remember, he's got a photographic memory as well. That's why he's been seen to call out plays of the other team. Yo, bro, you're meant to be there. This is your play, right? He's seen. His brain is different. The reason why is I don't trust AD's health. B, the reason why we'll do good is because of D'Angelo Russell. I think I've seen his evolution in his game, especially last season. And he's 3, and they finally got shooters around him. The game against Brooklyn Nets, when I just saw the threes just raining.
They're raining, yeah?
Oh my days. Again, it's pre-season, isn't it? So we can't. Bro, I'm telling bro, it was like it was England in December, bro.
Serious,
it was like that, bro. AR just came up free, right?
Okay.
Even AD dropped a couple.
Okay.
The reincarnation of the splash brothers.
Okay.
Okay.
AR and D'Lo, that's the then Richie. Oh man.
Yeah. So you're set.
Jackson
like
Hayes.
I said, he's alright.
He's decent.
He's alright.
He's alright.
Let's not blow it up because you're trying to put something in now. So then when we talk about this in May next year,
I'm not trying to blow it up. I'm just saying
we don't do that.
That's what I said. I don't see them being as high as some people think. I do think they are you know what it is. I think styles make fights in it.
It's a third seed,
right?
Yeah.
Nah, they won't be as high.
Matchups.
Right? Matchups are very important.
Yeah,
and I think they have got the most versatile team to be able to cope with more teams in the playoff finals.
Okay,
right.
So what you reckon? You're saying 4th, 5th, but then win it all?
No, I never said that. You
said matchups.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
So I put them at, but I think cohesiveness is I think people really disrespect how valuable that is, and that's where teams like Denver Nuggets have an advantage. because Jamal Murray, for example, their team are cohesive. They are well trained and well coached.
They are.
Consistently.
So are you.
They're not yet, bro.
Okay.
They're not yet.
But
When LeBron came, how many coaches have they had?
No, but LeBron is the coach, bro.
LeBron's not the coach.
LeBron's coach.
LeBron has come out and said, "I am not the coach. I don't make these rules."
Ask Ty Lue who the
Right?
coach is that won him that
Right,
chip.
Rob Pelinka, I am not the GM.
Ask
He
Ty
may
Lue-
run it against me.
Ask Ty Lue who won them that chip.
Huh?
Ask Ty Lue who won him his chip.
What?
Ask him.
Ask him.
Yeah, ask him.
No, but you can't say
He'll
that.
tell you it's LeBron.
We've said it on this pod already that he's a top class coach. We've said it.
Okay,
numerous
so
times.
you-
Don't take
you
it for
said
Ty
it.
Lue, though.
Right?
You
Ty
said
Lue's
it.
serious, bro.
Yeah,
Ty
no,
Lue,
yeah.
Ty Lue is a serious coach.
Yeah.
Right?
You said it.
1,000%. But I still
LeBron won him
think,
his chip though.
you know what?
That the one I took of you.
It is the one who took off.
Okay,
Took off us. But
The one you
Bron-
was feeling
to
up.
be,
Bron won that.
to be fair,
That
if,
3-1
like I
up.
said, if Kevin Love and Kyrie weren't
He would
injured,
adapt on. They would adapt.
they would have beaten that team.
we don't know that.
They would have called KD the season before.
We don't know that.
They
We
would
don't
have
know
called, bro.
They would
don't
have
know
to
that.
trade
Look
for
at what LeBron did,
We don't know that.
bro. Watch the
We
bro.
don't know.
bro. If he had one other
There's
superstar,
nothing. He had
Dellavedova was
Dellavedova.
crushing you.
bro,
He wasn't crushing
Bro,
anybody,
crushing
bro.
you.
bro, like I
Yeah,
said,
still.
you had
Delhi
Lewisham
was
FC,
crushing
right? You had
Delhi was crushing
you had
you.
Lewisham
All of this-
Basketball Club, yeah. What's it? LBC,
Mozgov.
right? Literally,
Ah, Mozgov.
right, with
Them man
LeBron.
there, bro. Timothy
LeBron James has done the most with the least in the NBA.
I don't want to keep.
So
focusing on
anyway,
LeBron,
so
but
okay,
yeah.
so back to it. What do I realistically think when it comes to the Lakers? I like the fact they finally added prop shooters around the team. As long as they can obviously continue to drop the threes, then I think great. As AD obviously stays healthy, plays maybe 70 to 75 games, then fantastic. We all know that load management, there's going to be an element of it when it comes to LeBron. He's 38,
Banged.
39. By the time he gets to playoff finals, he's going to be 39 and a half. Context is everything. We don't see no 39 and a half year old ever do something like this. But it is the king. So you know what he does
He
for
ain't
the
making the
million
finals.
on his bodies. I think they'll get to conference finals, right? And I wouldn't put my house on it for them to get to the NBA finals.
See you in the conference finals, man.
What do you reckon about Lakers?
They're set. They're good. They're like you. Listen. If you're a team and LeBron is your plus your main superstar and AD is your second superstar, yeah, that means you're ready to make a push for the chip automatically. You're moving your surrounding parts are still very good parts. Pelinka's done a fantastic job in the offseason getting in all the help possible for LeBron and AD to be successful.
I've got a question for you.
Okay,
Yeah?
sure.
When we spoken about this before on the pod, term superstar, and this is why I said it's not just ability, but it's also about star power, in it, right? That hence the word star.
Yeah.
Because LeBron is still, in my opinion, the face of the NBA. Right?
He's a superstar of superstars.
He's a superstar, but does that mean he gives you? He's not. Is LeBron top 5 player in the NBA?
Is LeBron going to drop
Is-
16 and 5 this season?
No,
No.
not happening.
He's still going to be around his
But
averages.
LeBron
One is giving you 22,
More
8,
than that. I think
and
he's
8,
going
at
for
least.
25. Yeah, at
22,
least.
8, and 8.
So is LeBron
You're talking like this guy
That's
is...
his average.
But that's not the question. Is he a top 5 player in the league?
It's
No.
irrelevant.
He is.
Why is it? Why is it not? Why is
He-
it
he
relevant?
isn't.
Because he's still LeBron.
So Kevin Durant, Devin Booker,
Yeah,
both of those are top 10 players.
that's debatable.
Kevin Durant,
We're going to talk about.
Devin Booker.
We're going to look
Right?
at the GMs did a
Oh, yeah,
poll
did a poll thing still.
of the players of position.
Yeah.
The
So this
position.
guy's trying to bail out of his team, man.
No, because
He's trying to bail out of
also
his team, man.
age is a realistic thing.
Have you seen any? You said he was springing. You said
No,
he
I
was
said
springing.
he hasn't lost what he was on last season.
Yeah, so you said
So,
you saw him
yeah, but
springing still.
But LeBron
Freeze,
James of
raining like England.
2016 and LeBron James of 2022,
Different player,
2023
cool.
is a
You
different
just said
in
they were
terms of
springing.
athleticism.
Freeze or raining,
Ah,
bro.
That's threes.
That's the team is set then.
Yeah, but that's the team. But
Alright,
yeah,
cool.
again, we have to see it consistent over a long period of time.
Okay.
To actually be the great thing is that you know what the floor will definitely get spread wide open when it comes to this squad right now. Yeah,
There you go. Then.
if they can be milked for their potential, like a Miami team, right? You know how Miami's overachieved,
Oh,
right?
God.
If they can be well trained and
Oh
coached,
God.
right?
You got
and-
good coached over there.
Yeah, and they can push out, squeeze as much juice out of them. They do have the capability of winning a chip.
Good.
But I don't think that's going to happen. I think conference finals is what they should be benchmarked on.
That's mad.
All right. So, just to round this off, Denver 1 seed.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Denver 1 seed.
Yeah, 1. Yeah, and then yeah.
Then the rest kind of.
Yeah, but mind you, very quickly, don't sleep on OKC. Mavs will be useful, I think.
I just want to ask one question about the
go on.
West before we move away from them. Spurs have got Wemby.
Hey, Wemby.
Now, do you think that Wemby takes them from? I think they won like
14th seed, I think they were.
15th.
They were last.
Or bottom.
Yeah.
There, I think they won 12, 14 games last season.
What other moves have they made? They've hardly made anything notable.
I still got a contract extension.
Yeah. So, but do you think Wemby on his own, with what they've got, takes them? Wait, let me finish. Takes them from the 14th, 15th seed to the play-in.
No, West is too
much.
Too much, man.
Too much.
I mean, we even talk about like
Rockets.
what Portland did, Rockets and their stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Dallas Mavericks.
The Mavs. Like,
bro,
they're
you
still.
forget.
I forgot the
Mavs
Mavs.
is.
Hey.
I saw them versus. Was it Real Madrid?
Yeah, they are looking good. Hey, Zion is. Hey,
Yeah,
Pelicans. Hey,
boy.
Yeah, the West is crazy.
Hey.
The West is crazy.
Can I say it's a good time to be alive, and I'll tell you the reason why. Yeah, in terms of NBA, because the levels of even down to the basic entry level team,
yeah, it's still
is
crazy.
higher.
Yeah.
So even if we take, if we took every team and they had to play, say, do a playoffs version to a team in the 90s, for argument's sake. I know everyone can talk about hand checking and whatever, right? With new rules of today. A lot of those teams can't compare to even the average team now, you know.
I watched Gilbert's Arena said something. Gilbert's Arena said something.
And people are going to think I'm talking mad, but it's not.
Gilbert's Arena said they were talking about the 90s, right? And he said, "Where's the defense? Where was the defense? When you watch 90s, and if you go back now, obviously we watched it because we were younger.
Yeah.
If you go back now and watch 90s game versus now, what you just said is probably right.
They let people zoom past, brother. And
bad
again,
still.
I'm not flaking on the
knocking
goat.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not flaking on the 90s goat, because I believe there's goats of every era, and like I don't want to take away from. No, I believe every era has a goat in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Conversation for
You've
another
got the Kobe goat era. You've got the Jordan goat. I'm giving everyone their flowers. Larry Bird was
Conversation.
within his own time.
For another day.
All right, cool, right? No, but again, we're not talking overall. Everyone gets their dues of their time. But when I look at the games, I'm like, oh my God, LeBron would eat you, bro. Steph will eat you. Are you dumb?
Pause.
Right? Pause. Yeah, big
Pause.
pause. Big pause. Big pause. Why? Right? In terms of on the court, yeah, no, pause. Why for that? Like, listen, on the term, and in the sense of their actual play.
Yeah.
And when I say if you take Steph, and everyone, yes, Magic Johnson, great ball player, etc. Right? Steve Nash. There's so many players that are amazing, but someone like Steph, the way he cuts intelligently across, and for a layup, he would.
Yeah, no, the skill set's different now, man.
The teams today are destroying the teams in the 90s.
Oh yeah, but
destroying them.
But that's why I say, you know what, evolution, conditioning, fitness, the distance they run. Again, without those guys, we would have never been where we are today.
It's true,
right? But the reality is, every team's levels, they've learned from the old, they're learning from the new existing, and as it's been transformable basketball, especially with Steve Kerr and Golden State and what they've done obviously over there, they would eat up so many people. I also
think that the top end guys from those eras, if they came into this era, they'll still be top end.
Oh yeah, they'll still be amazing.
Top end. I mean, if you plucked Jordan and put him in now, he's still doing what he does. Picked up Shaq and just threw him in now, he's still dominant.
Yeah, because the reverse context would be you'd have that, you'd have the new rules,
you can guard
you'd have
people
the training,
like that.
you'll have the training, etc. So the reality, if Shaq was here now, him and Joel, the beef between him and Joel Embiid would be mad.
It was too easy.
I want to move on from this point.
Got you.
But I just want to say one thing about if Shaq was here today, he's the best center we've ever seen.
Facts.
We're too dominant.
Ever seen.
Facts.
Yeah, we're too dominant.
So the GMs did a poll about positions and the best players in the league currently in those positions. I'm not going to start with point guard because
who's the point guard? Just
I'm not going to start with point guard.
Why? Cool. You start from the 1 and make our way to the 5.
Let's start from the 5.
Center.
Who do you reckon?
That's Jokic. Has to be.
He got 93% of the vote.
That's disrespectful to
MVP,
though.
They probably would have given.
But
they would have given a percentage to Joel.
Also receiving votes was Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. The
That's
centre
it.
position ain't.
That's it.
When
It's not mad.
When AD's on game, AD's
Yeah,
a
he's
top
still
7 player.
Yeah,
in the
he's
league.
still. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, listen, that makes sense. But 90-something%.
93.
It's a bit crazy though. Man.
That's
That's
high,
like,
bro.
that's as if that's to say like Embiid and that ain't even there. Like that's
But if they've individually all got to pick one player, he's the
Like
MVP
GMs.
and he got the chip.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
but then it doesn't mean it takes away from AD and Joel.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah. In that sense, I think
At the 4,
that's the Greek freak.
97% Giannis.
Who's the others notables in that?
Only one other person got a vote there.
Who's that?
Kevin Durant,
As a power forward. Okay. Fine.
3%.
Yeah. Well.
Nobody
that's
else got
one
a vote.
vote. Yeah.
Nobody else.
That's mad though. 97%. I guess when you think about it, power forward wise, yeah, Giannis.
Yeah, he is kind of
he's cemented
it.
far ahead
When
of
you're
them,
looking
lot.
at who else would you put there,
I wouldn't think.
and you can play Kevin Durant 4
can
or
pay
3.
him
Three.
at 4. Yeah. Even still, you put Giannis there. But yeah. Okay.
The 3 was interesting.
Yeah, this one opens up wing players. Let's see what going.
Tatum, 47%.
Okay.
And how many? Who else was it mentioned?
KD, 20%.
Okay. Disrespecting my guy.
Luka, 17%.
Luka Doncic.
But he's a point guard.
Okay.
LeBron, 13%.
Wow. Okay. What was the question they were asked? What? Who they would start franchising?
Who is the
Who's
best?
in that position?
Who is the best small forward in the
Okay, fine.
in the
Okay,
NBA?
cool. JT, yeah. Okay, cool.
Kawhi, 3%.
Okay, at least he got.
That was it.
So Luka is wrong. That's blasphemy because he should just be in point guard because that's what he is. That's what he plays.
I think
Yeah.
he plays 1 through 3. You know,
Right.
Yes.
But
I think he plays 1 through
in
3.
general,
Yeah.
okay, he 1 and 2. Okay.
He plays 1 through 3. So 1,
Okay.
2.
Wait. JT 46,
47.
KD 47, and KD 20.
Last year, KD won it at 45%. So he's
Yeah,
gone
I
from
They probably
45 to
marked him
20.
down because of lack of success.
No, I would even say I've say another trade probably took him down a notch or two. And JT was balling out as well. Just
Yeah,
playing
JT was
balled
balling out. He was
balled
balling
man.
out. So do we agree with those 3
Just
at the
about,
moment?
I mean,
I would
the
still
percentages
give
out of-
best. I'll still give it to.
I'll give it to.
You know what it
KD,
is?
so.
It's because of Jason. Even though Kevin's got a good defense and is sometimes disrespected, I think because of his defensive elements, he would get it above. But who, if you really had to put your life on the line, who would you want to get you a bucket? JT or KD? My money's on KD still.
KD all day long, man.
Fair enough. At the 2, Devin Booker,
Oh, Booker.
Yeah.
63%.
Yeah.
Who got arrested? Beal.
Second in voting, Steph Curry, 10%.
Why is,
But to be honest, I don't understand that one because he doesn't play. He hasn't played 2.
Nah, Devin Booker. I would have taken Devin Booker.
Yeah, no, Devin
won,
Booker won
for sure.
63%.
Yeah.
As a
But
shooting
the
guard.
second most votes was Steph Curry, 10%. But I don't understand it because he hasn't played 2. So are you basing it on the fact that CP3 is
CP3's
going
there.
to play the 1?
Maybe so. I think maybe
Okay.
so.
Who
In that
I-
sense, fair enough because you don't.
The following 3 players were tied for 3rd place with 7%. Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards,
Okay, I like
And-
that as well.
SGA at
SGA is a two.
OKC.
Yeah, even and Giddy kind of picked the point guard kind of
Yeah.
responsibility, the playmaker
True.
responsibility.
Also got getting votes there was Jimmy Butler
Okay, but
and JT.
as a two. Okay. Interesting one. That I think it's an interesting one.
Last year, Devin Booker won it again last year, 45%.
So it's about the same.
So he's gone. His percentage has gone
Gone
higher.
up a little bit.
It's got more votes.
Okay. Yeah. Booker's probably the lead number 2.
You say no James Harden, no?
Yeah.
Because he can play
Oh,
1
well.
to 2.
Behave.
Jeez. Maybe he's in the
Behave.
point guards.
You see how he's laughing?
The point guard,
Yeah.
Steph Curry,
Mhm.
63%.
Okay.
Second was Luka Doncic,
Then Kyrie Irving.
27%. Third was SGA,
Oh yeah. SGA.
I like the fact he got a bit of respect.
Yeah,
still.
yeah. Put respect on that boy, man.
7%.
Good player.
Fourth was Dame Time,
Yeah.
3%.
Hey, they must to do some work out there now, man.
I'm excited to see.
They must
I'm-
to go out there and put in work now.
Yeah, he's-
Remember, Dame was talking like the only other person that could chat to him was Steph, you know?
Hey, moving nuts with that still.
no, but he's gonna. You know, he will take the challenge though, and this is what I like him like for.
He has to.
Pause.
He has to.
Right, right. Yeah,
Has to though.
because he's gonna like he likes it. The fact
Listen,
that he said it, he truly believes
What's
it.
his excuse? Giannis has been voted number one power forward with 90%,
97.
97%
He has got the best power forward by a country
by a
mile.
long distance.
Listen, yeah,
You got no
In the
excuse,
league.
my guy.
but I'm not. I generally think
They'll be seeing Dame time from game
Dame
one.
wants to make this work. So he will.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And you know one thing I like with him, and in this area he's very quiet. He works hard, bro. Like off season.
All top players do though.
No. But
No,
I'm not saying
no.
that he don't. But I'm saying.
Every player works hard.
And I never said
Every player
again. I'm not taking
works
away from
hard.
nobody else, right? I'm not taking away. It doesn't mean that it's not true to everybody else. I'm just saying he, in terms of off season, his body, reading and understanding the game as an individual, he works hard, right? And he wants to make it fit.
You remember you said KD has something to prove this year. Dame.
Oh, I agree with you.
Dame.
Dame has something to prove.
He does, but he wants to prove it though.
I
Okay,
hope so.
that's great.
That's what I like.
I hope he
Again,
does.
we're in no disagreement, but I'm just saying he wants to make it work.
Yes.
I reckon. So those are the GM picks.
I mean, I
I don't
don't
think there's really much.
I mean, the
anyone-
percentages,
with them, so.
some of the percentages are wild, but yeah, I think that's pretty fair, you know.
But I think we did East last week. We've done West. I think we both.
Have you got the GM numbers for East? On the players on the East?
Nah, I could find it for you though.
I think that might be a good conversation. Well, we got three. We got
Yeah, but we've done East, done West.
yeah.
Last week we were talking Bucks. They take that. West is a bit more.
It's called competitive to
but
minefield,
we've
man.
got, we've got Denver as the
Top
one
10
seed.
teams are a whole problem. The
Yeah.
top 10
The
teams.
whole mess,
But,
man.
so I think it's going to be a really good season. I think the West is going to be mad interesting.
Yeah, sorry. I think we mentioned 12 teams. Mind you, let's, with all due respect, Utah Jazz, yeah. I don't think they're going to be
Not happening.
doing bits and bops in it.
Not happening.
So if we take 15, so that's 14. Who else is we can say? Okay, Spurs may be too early.
Yep.
To 13. Trailblazers, what do you think? Nothing. So let's say Trailblazers, not a lot.
Rockets.
Houston. Young
I
team.
think Rockets
World
might
class
scare
young team.
people,
I
you
think
know.
Rockets.
That's-
The
and
Rockets
speed
give
and
problems to
athleticism.
teams.
I think they would, you know.
I don't think them. I don't even
I
think
think
them
over the
playing.
course of 8
Well, I think
yeah.
they give problems to teams trying to make the play.
Yeah.
So-
They've got enough talent over there. So there'll be a difficult game to play, you know.
Harden might still go over there, even though he said no.
They got to give up some
Well,
of their
he's got to
assets,
see.
man. I don't think they're doing
I
that.
think he has to go over there and say, "I'm not going to be scoring champion. I'm just going to come and play
But
basketball."
in general, the West is
It's crazy.
a whole issue. It's stress from day one.
Yeah. It's
If
stress.
you take the teams quickly, if we go, as you said, so we got Nuggets, we got Golden State, we got Lakers, we've got Clippers, you've got
Suns.
you've
Kings.
got Kings,
OKC.
OKCs,
Mavs,
Mavs, which I think will get in the playoffs somehow.
Pelicans.
Right, Pelicans as well, and Zion.
Timberwolves, you didn't even mention.
Bruv, Grizzlies.
Grizzlies. Bro,
Yo.
it's a minefield. You don't,
Yo, that's a bit.
yeah,
The West is I'm locked in, bro.
It's a
Yeah,
minefield.
it's messy.
I'm locked in. You know, what I'd love to see, even though obviously we got the two conferences, but imagine it was one big conference and it was the first 16 teams or whatever it may be.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Eastern executives wouldn't agree to such.
Well, because
monstrosity.
basically it's only Celtics and Bucks that are making that.
I know.
You probably get Philly and
That's
Miami.
I think Miami, if they make it, they're the 16th
I
team.
think,
Probably, yeah.
I think that Miami wouldn't make it because I think the West would be too strong.
Too strong.
It's bad though.
But, guys,
Yeah.
that's it for another week.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like
man.
and
Come
subscribe.
Make
We're
sure
here. See you next week.
And again,
the
next
English
week.
way.
Come on.